guys, so today I'm gonna be doing a back to school video. In this video I'm gonna be giving some tips on how to do good in university or college. This video is more for post-secondary than like high school or like middle school. I am going into third year of university in Canada, so in this video I'm gonna give you some tips and like what I learned from the past 2 years, and that which really helped me to do good in school. I'm not like a super like smart student, but I do feel like if you work hard and if you follow some of these tips, it could really help you get really good grades. Without further ado, let's get started. So number one tip that I would give anyone starting university, I have them written all down here. So number one tip that I would give anyone starting university is to please go to class. You're paying so much tuition for nothing if you don't go to class, okay? Your textbook and your online like lecture can only teach you so much than like what you will learn if you were to go to class. Your professor is most likely going to put on the test what he taught in class than like the actual reading, because they tell you so much detail in class, and like it's so much easier to learn if you go to class. So try not to skip any class. It's like super important. It's super cliche because everyone keeps telling you, oh, go to class, but it is really important to go to class in university. And like you're not gonna have any like teacher who's gonna care, oh, if you came to class or not. It's not high school anymore. They don't care if you show up or not. So it's your job and responsibility to smarten up and go to class. Okay, so number two advice that I would give is, say you do go to class, do not go to class unprepared. You need your notebook, you need your pen and pencil, you need your laptop or whatever, however you're going to take the notes. But most importantly, you need to do your readings before class. So every time you go to class, there's going to be like the professor is going to teach at least like 1 chapter or 2 chapters in class. So your job is to read those chapters ahead of time before you get into that classroom, because you're going to have no idea what the professor is talking about if you did not read before class. I made this mistake the first year because nobody told me to read before class, and I was in the lecture and I had no idea what the professor was talking about. So make sure you read ahead of class. Like even like you don't have to read like the chapter in details, just skim through it so you have some like an idea what the chapter is going to be about. So when the professor is talking about it, you'll be like, oh, that makes sense, like it's gonna be like a light bulb in your head every time he talks about something, or he or she talks about something. So it's super important for you to read before class. But if you're the kind of student who does not like reading before class, make sure you do read like the same day, like after class, so then at least those light bulbs will still go on eventually when you're, say you went to a lecture and you got some notes, and then you come home and you read your textbook, and then you'll be like, okay, that makes sense, like you can just go over it, because it's like really important, because the textbook actually has like definitions and they actually give you examples too. So it's like you have to really go to class and read the textbook to get the best benefit. So make sure you're doing both of them, either before class, but I would really suggest to read before class, so you can have if you have any questions, you could always ask your professor about them. Number third tip that I would actually give someone is to actually have a calendar. Okay, so before you start school, or like for us, our professors usually give the outline for what you're gonna be expecting the semester like a week before classes start, or they could give you like the first day of class. But usually university, they let you know ahead of time what to expect during the semester. So they give you like all the dates that your assignments are due, your quizzes or your like midterms or anything that you need to know. They tell you ahead of time and exactly when they're due. So what I would suggest is to take a calendar, buy a calendar for yourself, and then actually like write down all the dates that are due. So I'm going to give you an example for October, because I have a lot of things going on in October. So I'll show you what this looks like. Okay, so this is what my October looks like. Okay, so let's dig in here, shall we? Okay, so see, October I have a lot of things going on. So see, like right here I have a measurement test, and I have a statistics assignment due, and then I have a clinical research due, and then I have work right here. I don't know what time I'm working, so when I find that, I'm gonna put it right under, so I won't forget what time I have work. Let's say someone wants to chill with you and they say, oh hey, are you free this day? And you can always go to your calendar and see like, oh, I have an assignment coming up, but then like this week, see, in these 2 days I'm free, so you can always fit them in. Or or if you have something really important to do, or if you have an appointment, you can always look through it and see like, okay, I have this assignment due, so I'm not going to be chilling this day, but I could chill this day. Like you could always look, and it's so much easier for you to organize. And also, like say like you have like 2 midterms here, then this week I'm gonna know that I'm not gonna work, I'm gonna take time off work so I can study for these 2 midterms. So when you have it like written down on like a paper and like everything is there, it's so much easier for you to stay organized. And that's like the most important thing, is for you to be organized in university, because there's gonna be so much assignments coming your way, and one day you might have like 2 midterms, 1 assignment, like so much things going on, and you need to stay like organized. So you need to know if something is due. You can't like wait a day, like you can't find out the day before, oh I have an essay due tomorrow, which is not gonna cut it for you, because you need to do your research and you can't do things last minute. So yeah, so it's super important for you to have a calendar so you know everything that's going on. It could be like anything that you don't want to miss, anything like on one calendar. It's going to be super helpful for you. So I would really suggest for you to get a calendar or something that you could put down everything that's coming up your way, so you won't be lost, and you won't be like have to ask your friends, if someone to tell you, oh when is this due. You're going to be like on top of your things. Okay, another tip that I would give someone is have a things to do list. Okay, this is gonna sound so weird, but honestly I have a special notebook just for like to write down things to do. Okay, so I have like the date right here, and then I have like things to do things. So like see, let's zoom in here. So like I have this, and it says like, say this day, like Monday September 1st, is like eat breakfast, work out, take a shower, go to class by this time, eat lunch, and then like go to library from this time to this time, and then go to work, and then it's like, oh watch this show, call mother or call whoever you want, and then it's like go to bed by this time. So every time you finish some task, like you just do a check mark, so you feel like you accomplished something. And like the fact that I put like eat breakfast, I know it's so like it's so important, like no one's gonna forget to eat breakfast, but it's just like something like you feel like, oh you accomplished. And then at the end of the day you could always look back and be like, okay, hey, I got so much things done, and you feel like you got something done that day, and you're just gonna feel so good because you're just like, okay, I finished something that was need to be done. So this way, like everything that's going on in your head, like, oh my god, tomorrow's gonna be such a long day, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that, it's gonna be all written down in like one list of things, and exactly the time you want it to be done. And then it's gonna be so much easier for you to follow, because it's like taking it from your brain and putting it on a piece of paper and just doing like a checklist. Okay, done, and you're gonna feel so good about yourself after. So I would really recommend to do a things to do list every day, and the night before or like in the morning when you have time, and just like write down all the things you need to get done by that day, and then enjoy like a big check mark once you're done, so you feel like, hey, I'm done this, so it's out of the way. And if you feel like you've let something out, you could always put it for the next day and then get that done as soon as possible. This way it really helps you. Trust me, like I've done this so many times, and I just feel so good because it's off my brain onto the paper, and you're good to go. So this is really good tip. Make sure you follow that, and it's just gonna really help you. Okay, yeah, so one more tip that I want to give you is for assignments. So when, say you have an assignment coming up, the professor are probably gonna let you know like ahead of time. They're not gonna, okay, so you have an assignment coming up, the professors are probably gonna let you know ahead of time when the assignment is due. Make sure once you get the assignment, make sure you start doing your research beforehand. I know like it's so easy to procrastinate on the assignments. I procrastinate all the time, but it's so important, like don't do it the night before, because like just start ahead of time. Because say like you have a topic in mind and you're not sure which way to go, like you could always go to your professor and be like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this topic, what do you think I should do? And they're gonna be happy to help you, even though they might be a little bit busy because they have like probably like 500 students, but they might still be able to give you an idea because you came to them at such ahead of time. But they might be like, okay, hey, go this way, and then at the end of the day they're the one who's going to be marking your assignment. So whatever way they tell you, you need to go that way, because then like you can do really good and they can be happy with your assignment though. And then also what I would suggest is say you are doing your assignment like last minute, and like say you need to get it proofread, you really need to proofread your assignment. This is like a really important tip, is I would suggest for you to go to Google Translator, copy and paste your essay to Google Translator, and let it like read it out loud to you. And this way you can like really pick up your mistakes when someone is reading it out loud. I know if you tell your friend, hey, can you proofread, and then start reading your essay out loud, it's super awkward. Like I hate that when someone reads my work out loud. When you're doing a Google Translator, they're gonna read it out loud to you, and then you can like actually hear your mistakes and be like, hey, that sentence didn't make sense, and you can actually like really go back and fix it. So it's so much easier. And say like you're doing it like last minute, like you can't find someone to do it, It's so important. Just go to Google Translator, copy and paste it there, and then you can actually hear your assignment. It's like, it's so fun. Like you're like, hey, that's such a good sentence. And then like, don't go to your mom for proofreading. Don't go to your like friend. Don't go to your dad. Go to Google Translator. It's your best friend. Okay, just go to Google Translator, copy and paste your assignment, and you're good to go. Okay, so these are like my main tips for like university, like how to stay organized and how to do good. And one last tip is I would give is for you to actually keep all your notes and like combined together in one like page. So say like for me, like I have my lectures from my professor and my like notes that I took from my readings, and then some of the lectures the professor posts online, like some of the notes the professor posts online. I take the notes the professors posted online, put it into Word document, take my notes from the lecture, put into Word documents in the same document, and then take my readings and then whatever I learned, like the important part from the textbook, and copy and paste it to Word document, and then have it like all together in one big like booklet, like, and I print it out, because that way when I have an exam, all my like readings per lecture and like extra lectures from online can really help you, because it's all together in one rather than you going back and forth. So it's like all information is there, so you can like really know super details about everything. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it off that, and then I'll maybe, if you guys really like this, I could do a part 2 of it like during midterms and give you some more tips and tricks. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any tips yourself, please. I would love to know more. I'm always trying to find more ways to like improve my study habits. So yeah, just please let me know, and I would love to like know and maybe share your tips and tricks in my next video. So yeah, I hope this really helped you. If it did help you, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to share this video and subscribe and like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you really like this, and good luck in university. It's a really fun experience. This is like, you're done with high school and all that crap. You're going into, this is like your career that you're going into, so make sure you really enjoy your time and work hard and like make lots of friends and just enjoy this like new, like actual like new chapter of your life. And university is fun because you're independent and you're actually learning so much and everything, and it's just like, this is your time. So have fun, and I will speak to you guys really soon. And if you guys have any more questions, let me know in the comments below. Take care, guys. Bye.